When evening chores are over at our ranch house on the plains, nothing's left to do but lay around. I saddle up my pony and go riding down the trail, watch the desert sun go down, riding down the canyon to watch the sun go down. A picture that no artist ever could.
Good morning, parents. I hope all of you are having a great day. It appears that we are live, but we might be having a technical difficulty at the moment. I do not see any viewers on right now. So that is highly unusual. So that usually indicates to me there might be oh, there we go. Sometimes it's a delay. All right, viewers all of a sudden started popping on left and right. That's a great thing. So I know that we are live. I know that we are broadcasting out there, and I know the microphone is working. Happy Wednesday to all of you. Yippee, the school year is underway. This is the weekly Roundup, and I'm Sheriff P, here to bring you all the latest, greatest information about what's happening here at Grace Christian School in the middle of week one. Week one is off to a terrific start. Parents, we can't thank you enough for all of the positive, reinforcing emails that you have sent the staff in the office and the teachers over the last couple of days. It really was needed to continue to lift everybody up, and what a great school year this has started. We hope that you thoroughly enjoyed the pictures that were sent home of the weekly Roundup and your little wanted child. And those went home to every parent when the students were here. We took the picture, sent it out, and the office staff did a wonderful job of getting that out there. So I've got comments turned on. If you leave a thing in the corner, I will get to that. So we hope you enjoyed those pictures, and I want to review some things with all of you so that we're all on the same page going forward. This is a great first week. Kids are going through policies, procedures, and protocols, and we will continue to practice that all week long. The next thing is, I need to talk about COVID right out of the gates. I want to reiterate some things for all of you so that we're all on the same page. Those of you that were here last year know that we had a wonderful year, and that was because of you, the parents. You followed the protocol and procedures. The number one most important thing is, if your child is sick, keep them home and contact the school office at Christie's COVID Corner, and she will talk you through everything that is needed if the child is going to go to a modified quarantine, if they're going to go to a quarantine, or maybe they're just sick. You know, parents, it's really important. We have some students here who did not go to school last year or on a classroom, so their immunities might be down, and don't be surprised if they get a cold or they get a flu or they get allergies. We expect that. So part of that, parents, if this was 6 years ago, even during the first week of school, we would have kids that went home sick. We've even had teachers that go home sick. And that's going to be no different today. Just because COVID is here doesn't mean all those other childhood diseases have evaporated and disappeared. Teachers and students are still going to go home sick throughout the day or not report to work. And sometimes it'll have nothing, the majority of the time, it'll have nothing to do with COVID. If it does have to do with COVID and it had a direct effect on one of your children, you will be notified by the school as to the procedures and protocols that we need to follow with your family. So I just wanted to share that. The health department says the number one way to prevent the spread of COVID is to wear a mask. They want everyone wearing their masks. They feel that it helps prevent the spread out, and it helps eliminate the viral load that you would receive if you were exposed. Some other things that we think are extremely important here on Grace Christian School is washing your hands. We want our boys and girls washing their hands frequently to knock off any germs they might have. Try not to touch their face throughout the day. If hand sanitizer is available and you want your child to use that in a classroom, we encourage them to use it. We're continuing to follow protocols of not doing full physical distancing, but we're asking boys and girls to stay apart from each other. If they're going to sneeze or cough, do it into their arm. And just practice good hygiene. Let's see, Vicki, how are you? Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you, all the staff, for keeping our little ones safe during drop-off and pickup. Thank you very much. We are going to talk about Carline here in a second. But it's an important thing, and I'm sorry that we have to continue to talk about it, but you are the number one links, Mom and Dad, of keeping children home when they don't feel good. And I tell the same thing to the staff every time we meet. If they don't feel good, go home. If they're not feeling good during the day, I send them home, and it's safe than sorry. Right now, we have the full capability to do COVID testing on campus for anyone we feel might have been exposed to COVID or anyone who might be sick and we think could have COVID. We're hoping to eventually, once California Department of Health gets them all to us, be able to open that option up to our parents, students who, if they want weekly testing, we'd be able to provide that. We're using our resources wisely right now. We're hoping that all those tests should arrive within the next week or so. Justin, how are you? Great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Yippee-I-O, Kaye. We're glad you are here. Modified quarantine is something that's important, and also it's something new this year, and I'm going to reiterate that kind of a lot of different videos. It's something the health department has put in place to allow students to be able to continue in education and be on campus. What basically it's saying is if children are masked and a child comes up with COVID, anyone who's sitting by them, we can bring into the office. We will put them onto a protocol where they have to continue to wear their mask. They'll go on a modified quarantine for up to 8 days. And at day 2 or 3, we will take a COVID test. And for us, we'll take another COVID test on day 7 with them because we get results instantly. And if they pass that test on day 8, they are off of the modified quarantine. Modified quarantine is not available if students are exposed to COVID at home or someplace where students or people are not wearing masks on campus. So if they're out on the playground and things like that, that's not going to happen. So they will go to the traditional quarantine system. If you have a question, call the school office and we will work that through with you. Our primary goal, as it has been all last year, is to keep all of our students, our staff, safe as possible. And we do that by communicating with you and you letting us know so we can make proper decisions to keep your kids safe. We will overcome COVID working together, keeping our kids safe, keeping them in school. All right, here is the next thing I want to talk about. Carline. Isn't that something, new parents? How we move all those cars in and out of here in the morning and after school? A lot of that has to do with parents knowing the procedures and the protocols. In the morning, it's a little bit easier because you're coming through and you're dropping your kids off. And at this point, you should be able to drop your children off and they're walking up. I understand hesitation for maybe a first grader, kindergartner, that you're walking them up, making sure they get through the gates. Just know, parents, once they pass one of the adults at the 2 gates, there is no way they can get out of here unless they climb a fence. And I don't want to put that idea in any of the kids' heads, but that's there. If you have a preschooler, you need to let us know. This is a preschooler and you have permission to walk that child to class to sign them in. And the reason there's a difference between preschool and elementary is that's the law. A preschool parent has to sign their child in and drop them off at the classroom, and they have to sign their child out and drop at the classroom. Preschool parents are only allowed to go from the gate to preschool and back. Please don't make us have uncomfortable conversations with you about being in places that you're not. We don't enjoy it, you don't enjoy it, and it doesn't make for anyone to have a happy day. So I know every parent on this campus wants what's best for the kids, and we appreciate it. And we're going to work through this, and one day we'll all be back on campus having coffee and donuts and celebrating. Justin, Dr. Pettinger is a leader. Thank you so much. Love what you guys are doing and what you stand for at GCSRR. Keep up the honorable and noble work. Thank you very much. That really touches our hearts. We try extremely hard, and because we have great parents, we have excellent students, a wonderful staff that treats us as a ministry and not as a job, that's why we're able to do what we do. Carline. So after school Carline, parents, you're not supposed to get here before 2:45, and you are doing a wonderful job. If you have a gold star, put it on your refrigerator. If you're driving and you're with your spouse and you're not watching this video, but you're listening, turn to someone and say, hey, you're doing an awesome job, because you truly are. When you come through Carline, reminder, you stay in your vehicle, you don't get out. Those Carline passes that were sent home, hang them from the rearview mirror. They are very helpful for us because they tell us what grade to start to identify and look for. Like if it says 1 and 4, we know we have a first grader and a fourth grader, and we'll start calling your last name by those classrooms, getting your children to you and getting them loaded safely so that you're able to move out. Parents, you've done wonderful in after school car line. I'm thoroughly impressed. No one's getting here early. We haven't had to say anything to anyone yet, so that's terrific, and I can't thank you enough for following that. It is extremely important that you have those car line passes with you every day that you come to car line. If you have a spouse that needs it because they pick up like every other day or something, contact the school office. Call Barbara, 714-761-5200, or email her, and excuse me, and she will get you an additional car line pass. Those are important for us because it's another layer of safety. If you have that car line pass, it's one more thing that's telling us this is the right car, and it's very important. I do want to apologize to our 8th grade parents and a couple of our kindergarten parents that did not get the car line passes as they were directed. I take full ownership for that. For some reason, there was a snafu, and they did not get out to you. And I appreciate your kindness when I was asking where your car line pass is, and I insisted that you received it. I was wrong. You did not get it the next day as it was supposed to, but by now everyone should have the car line pass, and you are moving on. So thank you very much. Back to school night is tomorrow night. It's virtual. A couple of the teachers, because of certain things, are going to do like a Zoom type thing, and that is still up in the air. If it changes, they will email you and let you know. But back to school night is very important to listen. If you're getting a video, you can listen to that at your convenience. Subscribing to this channel, all of you are doing a wonderful job. We are so very close to hitting 1,000 subscribers for the channel, so that we're going to be able to make the chapel live, so that you're able to see chapel instead of, since you can't come to campus, different things that we're doing on campus. And we're going to do something fun for the kids once we surpass 1,000 to celebrate that. So parents, continue to ask your loved ones to sign up for our page, just subscribe. If you ring the bell, it will let you know immediately that a video is being posted. The weekly roundup, which this is, we normally go live anytime on Wednesday between about 8:45 and 11. It really depends on what's happening on campus because your children come first. We try to take care of you coming in the office first. And so this has to be flexible, moving back and forth with time, especially since we don't pre-record it, which we were doing last year. And I try to make it live. And the reason for that is like Vicki and Justin, I'm able to say hi to you. Thank you for tuning in. And I'm able to acknowledge that you are watching the video. Parents, it's wonderful to partner alongside of you. This is a quick weekly roundup. The school year is going great. We have a lot of fun in store next week and the week after. Continue to embrace the Western theme. Continue to be good people in car line and give each other options to move through. If you're walking onto campus, remember to use the crosswalk, which is at the far end of the campus, the far east side by the staff parking lot gate. And remember to keep your kids home if they're not feeling well. That's the way we're going to beat COVID, and we're going to stay open all year long to be an example for other schools. Parents, thank you. We love you. Thank you for sending your kids to GCS. And Dave Stymie with the auctioneer is going to carry us on out today. And have a wonderful day, everyone. Happy trails.
Got a $50 bill, got a $50 bill, got a $50 bill, $5 rock soul, and $50 bill.